Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm going to be doing a Christmas time, holiday time glam makeup and hair look today. Honestly, I feel like I haven't been glam in so long. I feel like I've been kind of like a plain Jane recently, and I just feel like, you know, I want to clip in my extensions, which I have not done in so long. The difference that they make alone. Have a nice bit of glam on, lashes, the whole lot. I know that kind of clean girl aesthetic is in at the moment and I love that, but I miss a bit of glam. So I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna get straight into it because it's gonna be a long video and I can't start any video without putting all of my hair back like this. So my face is washed. I have all of my skincare done. I'm gonna start with the primer that basically fills in your pores and gives you that like really blurred perfect skin look. This is the Benefit Porefessional. I've used it for years. It's basically like putty for your pores without like putting you off. What an amazing way to describe a product. I'm sure you really want to run out and buy it now. Putty for your face, but you know what I mean, it just fills in any like open pores or crevices in your skin and gives like a perfectly smooth canvas for your base products. Then I'm going to go in with a second base product. This is the Sculpted by Aimee. The Sculpted by Aimee Beauty Base in the shade Golden Glow, I'm pretty sure. Yes. And then this one is more of a glowing base, as you can see. Okay, next moving on to my favorite glam foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 7.5 Neutral. I actually just pumped out one full pump there, but that's actually a lot. I probably won't even use the full pump. And then I'm using the Refi double-ended brush. I really like this side of it because it applies your base products so lightly. And if you just use a really light hand, like hold the brush really lightly and like whip it onto your skin as if you're like whisking eggs, like that kind of motion, it applies it so light onto the skin and just blends it so well. So with this foundation you're going to get full coverage, but you don't need a lot to get the full coverage, so you will still be able to see the glow underneath from the primer that we applied, which is why I love this product. And I'm so angry I just did a full pump because I never need the full pump. So next I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm using the Dior Backstage concealer in the shade 1W. I actually picked this up ages ago. Okay, and then I take my clean beauty blender. If you're looking for something to clean your beauty blenders, this used to be pink, but I wash it before every time I use it. The Fairy Liquid antibacterial soap. It literally will lift everything from your beauty blender, because obviously it's designed to lift like oil and grime and dirt from dishes, and obviously foundations and base products all or mostly are oil based, which is why they get caught in these so easily. So the antibacterial one will also disinfect your sponge, because if you're going to be using it on your face every single day, you need to be cleaning it. At least do it once a week, you know. But it makes such a difference to how your makeup applies if it's clean. Do you know what I really want to pick up more of is Hourglass, because I have a few of their products and any of their products I've ever used I have loved, and I see so many people using this stuff at the moment. If you have any Hourglass recommendations, please leave them down below. I have their Airbrush Vanish foundation stick and their powder, which I'm going to use, but I really want to try the concealer and a few of the lip products and their bronzers, which I used to have. I look really pale in this light, but I can assure you I'm not. It's because I'm using the artificial lighting. Sorry, my memory card just ran out of space as I was talking there, but I just used the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder with the clean side of my beauty blender to set under my eyes, and then I use it to also set the center of my forehead, and then I always apply a good amount to the corners of my nose because I get really oily there, so this will control the oils, and then on my laugh lines. Then I'm moving on to the Hourglass Veil translucent setting powder. This one is really nice, but it has a bit more of a sheen for the rest of your face. I don't like using this under the eyes because it can make your under eyes look kind of shimmery, which we don't want the shimmer underneath there, but for the rest of my face I would like it. As I said before, I am a powder girl. It just makes your skin look so flawless and so smooth, and it lasts so well. Okay, moving on to bronzer. I'm actually going to use the Inglot bronzers. This is the Freedom System. So this shade here is shade 63. So we're going to use a bit of 63, and then I'm also going to use a bit of 62. And then I love this brush. This is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and blusher brush, because it's so large and so fluffy. It just applies bronzer so quickly. Oh, I can feel I'm getting an ocular migraine from these lights, which happens every time. And then I'm going to clean up my bronzer here, again with the leftover powder on my beauty blender, just to sharpen that so it doesn't drag too far down. And then I'm going to use this Inglot blush. This is number 12. Absolutely love a light pink blush, and this one has a slight shimmer to it as well. It's really nice, and I like to apply it just above my eyebrows, at the tops of my cheekbones, up here kind of my forehead, above my eyebrow, and then a little bit across my nose as well, just to kind of tie it all in. Then next, for highlighter. I have a lot of makeup, but compared to what I used to have, it's not that much, because I went through it and I just left all the products that I love and that I actually use, bar one or two that I kind of just received or just bought and I want to try out more. But we're using this. This is the Laura Mercier highlighter in Addiction, and I apply this basically in like a C all here, and then center my nose. And I say this all the time, I just don't have the face to show highlighter. It's just, I don't have the angles of the face. Maybe that's better lighting. Maybe I'm just not applying or positioning the lighting correctly, because that looks so much better. Okay, and I have a nice build up of glitter and everything on my lips here. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to use the Anastasia clear brow gel and just brush through my brows. I brush them up a bit to give a nice lift. If it looks like I have makeup brush hairs on my forehead, I don't. It's actually just my hairline growing back and all my baby hairs coming back, and they like to just sit down on my forehead no matter how many times I brush them back. So I don't know whether to do like a light lid and then like smoky outer corner and then corner lashes and give that real like you know, Maura Higgins siren smoky eye with the kind of like elongated eye. Love that, with maybe a little bit of glitter on the lid. Or if I should do like a if I should do a green shimmery look. We're gonna go for the kind of siren eye, or like that real like elongated cat eye for today. But I will do another one with this kind of green shimmer as well, because I think that is so fab, that I just put on my lip. So I'm going to use my Holy Grail palette, the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, and I'm going to apply this shade all over my lid here. I just got the urge to finish my eyebrows now, so I'm going to do that. I'm using the Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Brow Gel, and this is in the shade Coffee, which is actually a little bit dark for me, but I just try to use it really lightly because it just like catches the hairs and kind of makes them look a bit more realistic than just filling it in with like a pencil. Okay, I'm gonna leave them at that for the moment until this kind of dries in, because obviously it's like a liquidy kind of product. Next, I'm gonna go into this shade here from the palette and apply this into my crease. So I'm not applying this at all onto my eyelid, just into the crease, and blend it out and up. Then I'm going to go in with a slightly smaller fluffy brush. They're dirty, I'm sorry. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is slightly darker, and then have this more concentrated in the crease. So I'm not blending this one out as far. And then with an even smaller brush, I'm going to go in with this shade here. And I'm just applying this basically on the outer V of my eye here, and then really lightly into the crease. You can see I'm kind of like almost creating like a wing, obviously not a proper wing, but just like that kind of shape with this eyeshadow, because I am going to apply a bit of a wing with eyeshadow, and I kind of want this to soften it out a bit, if you can see what I mean just here. Okay, then I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to take this shade here, and then I'm going to start like basically a powder wing, which is really lightly, basically pushing it along my lash line. So it kind of creates like a liner, but not a proper liner, so you still have space on your lid, and that's like visible color. Because if you have smaller lids, or depending on your eye shape like me, I can't really do like an eyeliner across my whole eye, or else you won't see the color on my lid. I really want to apply glitter, but the only one I actually have is this like old Stila one, which is a rose gold, which I'm not sure if I'm feeling the rose gold. Right, we're going to continue and then we'll decide on the glitter. So at this stage, I'm going to go into my brows and kind of fix any areas that I think need a little tweaking. So the eyeliner I'm going to use is the Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Kohl in Barbarella Brown, which is a really dark, almost like a blacky brown. Fuck. So I got it like just here. Bit too much, and then I'm gonna leave it for a sec. But I'm just applying this on my upper waterline, and that will kind of create a liner look without actually putting liner on your upper lid. You're putting it in your upper waterline instead, and because we just push the eyeshadow along our lid, you can see it connects, and then it looks like you have a really thin bit of eyeliner. So really good if you have like smaller lids. Like I got cut off again because of memory card space, but really good if you have smaller lid space like the way I do, so you can still see that like bit of light color on the lid, but it looks like you have a liner compared to see here without the liner on the waterline. You can see the difference. Okay, next I'm going to take the lightest shade here with a really small brush and just like really lightly push that along my lower lash line. You kind of need sometimes for a bit of definition, otherwise it will look a bit crazy. I'm keeping it really close to my lash line. Okay, next curl the eyelashes, and then I'm applying mascara. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes. I'm kind of focusing on like the outer lashes because I want to really extend that kind of eye. And then moving on to lips, I'm going to keep them kind of, I'm going to keep them natural. Shock. Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, a nice browny nude. Feeling glam. I'm feeling glam. Then MAC Honeylove Lipstick. Honestly guys, this lipstick is my favorite ever. So the lashes I'm going to use are the Inglot 94N. Take off like the inner third and then just use 2/3 of the outer lash on my outer eye to give that kind of like elongated look. Or you could just well, I might half it and then just use half. It gives that kind of like more subtle effect. It's less dramatic and it's also so much easier to apply. I'm going to apply these off camera and then I'll come back. Okay, so the lashes are on and then I'm going to set all of that with a setting spray. This is the Rosie for Inglot Afterglow setting spray. You can see it has like nice shimmer in it. Okay, so I've moved back a bit because we're going to move on to the hair now that the makeup is finished and I need space to show you the next part. Before I continue, this part is kindly sponsored by BeautyWorks, which is a brand that I've used and loved for literally years, so I'm very excited that they're sponsoring today's video. And as I mentioned, I have their clip-in extensions in today. These are actually my old set because my hair is so dark. I haven't got it done in 3 months now. I'm due to get it done in 2 weeks time, hence the roots. These are in the shade Bohemian Blonde, but for today's video I'm showing you this. The BeautyWorks Advent Calendar, which is absolutely massive. This is their biggest ever beauty advent calendar. There's 12 luxury hair care products in here and exclusive products as well. It is worth £300. You can get it for £180, so amazing savings. If you're looking for a good gift idea for someone who loves hair and beauty and everything related in your life, this honestly is such an amazing gift. Or if you want to treat yourself, why not? So without spoiling the whole advent calendar, I'm just going to use some of the products from this just to show you how fab it is. I can't even get me and this in the frame. The next part is a bit of a spoiler, but there is an exclusive 25mm curling barrel in the last part here. Hank is on the chair with me. This is so difficult. In a limited edition gold colour. So I'm going to use that to style my hair today. And I'm not going to lie, I've already opened this and used 1 or 2 of the products. But yeah, an amazing, amazing advent calendar. And like I said, their biggest ever. And I'll leave a link to their website in the description box. Spoiler alert, I'm going to use the limited edition gold curling Tong. I actually have been preferring to use smaller barrels like this recently because it actually curls your hair so much quicker, and you can still get like loose waves with this by just curling the hair for a less amount of time. So you can kind of get 2 looks with one with the smaller barrel, so really versatile. And while that's heating up, another spoiler alert, so if you want to get the advent calendar, maybe look away, you get a bag of the hair clips in here, really nice white ones, I love them. So I'm going to section my hair before we start curling. And another spoiler, I'm going to use the hairbrush. You get this kind of like mixed bristle brush in the calendar too. Literally everything you could need to look after and style your hair is in this advent calendar, literally everything. Okay, now that I've sectioned off my hair, I'm going to take medium to thick size pieces like this, as you can see, and start curling. So because I want a softer look, I'm taking thicker pieces and keeping them in the barrel not too long because I want it to be kind of like lived in. So I'm just going to continue this around my whole head as normal. I'm not going to do like a full in-depth hair tutorial for this because I have so many, but I'm curling this side away from both sides away from my face basically. Okay, so the hair is curled bar the 2 front bits, which is why it looks crazy. So I know I always keep this pretty much the same, but I always just like to show it because I feel like it's the area that people kind of have some issues with. Just to show you, because sometimes people need the kind of visual of it. I put my hair in a side parting today because I actually feel like side parting suits my face better, my hair better. Or maybe I'm just sick of looking at the middle parting, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to leave this cool down before I brush it through, and that way it holds much better. So let it cool to the touch and then I'll brush through and apply my finishing product. Okay, now that it is cooled down, I'm going to take this brush and just brush through the curls to kind of soften them out a bit more. This also gives it so much volume, which I love. So it goes without saying, the more you brush it, the more they'll kind of fall out and the more volume you're going to get. And to finish it off, another spoiler, I'm going to use the Argan Oil. This, honestly, you need such a small amount, and look at the size of the bottle. So it lasts you so long. And it makes your hair smell amazing, but also so shiny. Like, I'm going to use the smallest amount considering I have extensions in as well. I love the smell so much. But yeah, I'm just going to run that through the mid-lengths and ends of my hair. I don't know if you can see the shine that is added to my hair. So you're adding nourishment and such a nice finish. This is the finished hair. Now obviously it's going to drop after a little while, but this is it initially done and brushed out with a little bit of argan oil. You can see the curl you get from that, and I literally held each piece of thick hair, like I took thick sections for like a few seconds, and look at the curl. So if you're in a time crunch, a smaller barrel is key. So I just started applying this glitter off camera, and then I was like, what am I doing? So I'm literally just taking it like this. My mirror is so far away from me, so let's hope that this works. But you can see how easy that was to apply. I reckon that's good. So it's like a nice little hint of shimmer. Ooh, nothing too hectic. But yeah, guys, this is the finished hair and makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All of the details and information is down below in the description box as always. And if you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up because it really does help me out. And if you're not already, then feel free to subscribe to my channel to keep up with my videos and leave any other video suggestions down below. Okay, I'm actually really happy that I did the glitter because I'm really liking the glitter. I'm gonna do it this weekend for my girls' night out. Love it. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching.